Welcome back, travelers, to part 6 of our Viking River Cruise Grand European Tour. We are on a Christmas markets extravaganza, but we're now in Cologne, off to Koblenz, through the castle region of the Rhine today. We will do a take on some of the things we were very happy that we brought along and share them with you. I would highly recommend that you consider these items. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel. We'd like to say thank you to all of you that have done this. So, for Lisa, I'm Steve, and we hope you enjoy this video. Okay, we've arrived in Cologne. As you can see in the background is the cathedral, highest cathedral point in all of Europe. It's a little chilly. It rained today, and the boat stopped in Zons and picked everybody up, shuttled them by bus into Cologne, and due to the fact that Lisa and I weren't feeling very well, we stayed on the boat and are hopefully gonna be able to get into Cologne today. So beautiful river view and cruise to this point.
Have I doubt, baby, when I'm alone? Love is a ring, a telephone. Love is an angel disguised as lust. Here in our beds until the morning comes.
Well, it's hard not to be marveled. We're at lunch right now, and we're pulling into Miltenberg, and through the windows where we're having lunch, you can see how majestic this is. It's just small town, unbelievably German.
The way I feel under your command. Take my hand as the sun descends. They cannot you now, cannot you now, cannot you now. Because the night belongs to lovers. Because the night belongs to us. Because the night belongs to lovers. Because the night belongs to.
We're just leaving Koblenz. Up there is actually a fortress that, fun enough, back in 1981, I believe, was a hostel that my buddy and I stayed at. So quite unique. As we head out of Koblenz, Koblenz is the confluence of a couple rivers there. Actually, that monument that you saw was right at the confluence marking spot. So another, I'll have the other river for you. But for those of you who are in Southern California, this is the European 405.
Belongs to lovers. Does the night belongs to us. Have I doubt, baby, when I'm alone? Love is a ring, a telephone. Love is an angel disguised as lust. In our beds until the morning comes. Come on now, try and understand the way I feel under your command. Take my hand as the sun descends. They can't hurt you now, can't hurt you now, can't hurt you now. Because the night belongs to lovers. Because the night belongs to us. Because the night belongs to lovers. Because the night belongs to us. When lost, we stay without the vicious cycle turns and burns. Without you, I cannot live. Forgive the yearning, burning. I believe it's not too hell to bear. So take me now, take me now, take me now.
Another incredible town on the Danube. This is before we get to the mine, but you can see the valley that is also formed up there. Those are all vineyards. If we look a little bit closer inside the town, the church, and up on the hill, the resident castle.
So take me now, take me now, take me now. Because the night belongs to lovers. Because the night belongs to us. Because the night belongs to
Work's getting a little tough, it looks like, so have to scale down.
Summertime.
That's what I just was saying on the video. I was saying that you guys were working pretty hard.
lovers and everybody says it belongs to
Well, this is the part of the video that we had mentioned in the intro, and we're going to talk about some of the things that we took with us and recommend that you consider taking with you too. Well, first of all, for me, I brought along my fingernail clippers. I highly recommend that you do that, especially if you're on this kind of a tour that took 3 weeks. Fingernail clippers, do consider those. The next one is binoculars. Probably considered to be opera glasses. We acquired a couple of them from Lisa's parents, and they're very small in stature, but I threw them in my bag and we found them extremely valuable while we were looking at castles. The next one is having some kind of rain boot, Gore-Tex shoe or rain boot. In our introductory advice videos, mentioned that Lisa had on cloud Gore-Tex shoes. She wore those, and I had my Hoka Gore-Tex shoes. We did see several people with LL Bean shoes, but highly recommend if you're going to go on one of the winter Viking cruises. The next one is a wine bottle opener. You may want to buy wine off the ship, bring it on the ship, and have a drink in your room. We did not take any with us. We just found that it probably wasn't going to be necessary. Plus, I forgot. All right, the next one I'm going to let Lisa explain, and those were fabric grocery bags.
Yes, they came in handy when we had to isolate different groupings of clothing that was dirty versus clean. We went to the store and we had to buy items. That Steve whipped out one of those fabric bags, and we had it to take the items that we bought at the store off the boat. So the bags helped a lot.
Yeah, and we also took them with us when we went to the Christmas markets, just in case we were buying items, of which we did in Salzburg. I highly recommend that you bring some sort of hydro flask. We found it very, very valuable when we were on the long bus trips on some of our excursions to Munich, Salzburg, and so on. The next one, we noticed that because there was no medical unit on the ships, we needed to bring certain items. The first one was COVID tests. You need to bring COVID tests. We can't be ignorant to think you're not going to possibly contract some form of COVID, so take them with you just to be prepared. Next one.
Antibiotics. We just called our doctors and let them know we were going on a 3-week cruise in Europe and asked if we could have a prescription of antibiotics and Paxlovid, which is an antiviral medication if you do get COVID. And that helped us.
And that was Paxlovid. Lisa gets to do the next one too.
The detergent packages in the travel section of your CVS or your Rite Aid stores are perfect. You just squeeze it into the sink we did underwear and t-shirts and below 32 shirts that we had that were easy to dry in the shower, and we just soaked them and then we rinsed them and then they dried and we had clean underwear. So.
And as a side note, there is a drying clothes string inside the showers on the Viking river cruises. The next one is dealing with, once again, medical items. I would highly recommend that you plan to bring some Aleve or Tylenol, be it that you might be ibuprofen or acetaminophen favorites, but definitely consider those.
Antihistamine or decongestant I would recommend because on the plane, just in the boat, in the hotels, I don't know about you, but I get allergies, and so we needed, when we got sick, we had congestion.
And some of you might be watching these videos that are going to take the summer cruises. The pollen factor in the summer in Europe is crazy, so antihistamines would be very beneficial.
And we found that in the pharmacies there, that people weren't really willing to help you because we could not translate the names on the boxes to find out what we needed, like for cough syrup. And they just kind of were too busy to help us if you didn't know their language. So
taking it with you will solve the problem. Last but not least is a bag that you can bring inside of your baggage to add extra items to take home. We definitely found this incredibly valuable as we put many of our extra items in from Christmas markets and just plenty of stuff that we had brought. Well, that brings us to the end of part 6 of our series of our Viking River Cruise Grand European Tour, December of 2022. We do ask, if you do like this video, to like it, and please subscribe to our channel. On behalf of Lisa, I'm Steve, and we look forward to showing you the next edition of our Grand European Tour. Happy travels.